Don't look so sad. If you're crying, eyes won't dry. drown us in the purple drapes that you were clothed in. We could live like royalty. I'll sing to you like a radio that's held beneath your window. Don't look so sad, your crying eyes won't dry. You've gotta drive with both headlights so we can see the world and we'll run away together like
Okay, 5 minutes done. So I guess we'll just start. Hello, welcome everybody to something which will go either super nice or super wrong. And I see that my desk cam is not working again. Let me refresh the site first. Okay, it should be fine now. So, yeah, welcome. Technical difficulties aside. Oh no, it froze again. Let me quickly refresh it again, cause I can't go with this stream without. It's good to hear, Merchant. At least I'm not the creator of challenge that is. Now it's alright? It looks like. You can see how much my camera, my desk cam is lagging compared to my laptop cam. Okay, it should be finally done. So, I will just take this out. So, I have this. No, let me rephrase it. From every Canson paper I own, I have this one. This is a mixed media 200 GSM or 120 pounds. I know I said earlier it was 250, but I was so sure it was 250. Maybe probably I just saw it in store and all in all bought just 200. But with some luck, yeah, unfortunately this camera will be lagging because it's connected not via cable but via Wi-Fi, and it will always lag. On top of that, it doesn't let me film with more frames per second than 30, which is like, it's kinda okay, but well, no, not perfect. So I have this one. I have also 150 watercolor one, 70 GSM marker one, and also I have this sketchbook which is Canson, as you can see, but unfortunately I don't have any information how heavy this one is. I estimated on around, based on the paper, I estimated on like 100 or 120 GSM. Yeah, I also like the smaller ones because I don't like working on big format that much. I usually just scribble something in the margins or on some scrap paper that is usually like A3, not A3, A5 or smaller. And I also bought this one specifically for something, some other thing I have in mind to do on the streams, because I like watching art subscription boxes, but all of them are super expensive and the shipping is also horribly expensive. So, and I saw that I have so many art supplies that I haven't used yet or haven't tried yet. So the other like stream series I have planned after maybe we finish the art book one, or maybe something in between, it depends. I don't know what you will think about, but I think about something called scrapbox, when I will try and recreate chosen art subscription boxes with the materials I have, because some of them are pretty easy to recreate with materials I have, and scrapbox because it is from scraps, and I didn't and in many of these there is always a mixed media paper included, and I don't have one, so I bought it specifically for this kind of stuff. So yeah, I will just do some guillotine scraps. I don't know. This is the first time I'm opening it. So this is a very smooth paper. Like watching it from the side, it doesn't seem that much textured, but we'll see. I will just rip out one page because I don't want to paint here, and to check the bending I won't tape it on my pad to see how it will bend. So I will just really good in one slit. It came off in one slit. Oh, and also one thing, just as I will put this aside, I will also show you the effect of the coloring of the piece I started working on not last stream, but the 2 and 3 streams before this. So this is the spooky scary eviction. So yeah, I really like the colors, and I did everything with watercolor pencils, and I really like the effect. It looks really nice. I'm not super sold on the skeleton part. I mean, just this alone looks pretty rad to me. And well, the skeleton there's so much like anatomical inaccuracy, and my sister says that it doesn't look like being evicted that much. He looks just like going on his floor around the house and not being evicted, like, but okay, I guess. This is just something I have to live with. So, for this one, I plan to paint a galaxy, because this is something easy, something where I can check how many paint layers it would like absorb, and how much it works with like wet on wet and then wet on dry. And for this one, because I vaguely remember that when I used ink wash, like I will show something more appropriate. Okay, so when I use ink wash, I see that the pages bend like this and this way, and I don't know if it is a rule for this paper, so I will and because I use like sticker paper every other page to make the sketchbook like double-sided. Then I had to check if I had some line art ready on the page, which wasn't. Was just pure Canson paper page and not the one I put a sticker paper on. So, and I found a very interesting one, something very nice. Oh, and for testing, I will try to color this with watercolors. So I will use my crappy elementary school watercolor set. I have since like I was like 7. So yeah, and you see I didn't know how to use it because the white pen is like used up to the plastic. So yeah, but we will try to use those because I want to use them to the brim before I hop to my tubes. So yeah, and I brought some, I have some water ready and some brushes. This one will not be used because I will just do some white highlights with it because it's already crumpled with acrylic paint, which I also have ready to make the stars on the galaxy, because well, it's mixed media, it has to mix media well, so what else should I try than put an acrylic on watercolor, which is not super mixed media. And I have also this one fancy nail art dotting tool that I bought just so I can put some dots with paint and do stars better, and also as a cheap way to buy some professional supplies for sculpting, which I will also try, which is something I also want to try. So yeah, I think I will start. And for this one, the bending should be more apparent, because if what you experience, Sam, is true for all Canson papers, then it should bend like this way or this way when I apply some paint, and we will see. But first I will just lower the volume of the music. And why did it stop? Oh, some lag from my side. So yeah, I guess I should start. So I will just put well, one thing I like to do is to put a white border around the picture. some leg, because as you can see, I stopped doing the gesture. So yeah, I'll start by applying some water. Maybe I should bring the bigger brush, but oh, I already see the bending. It bends like inwards. Oh my god. You see that? I just apply some water. I mean, I will check on the oh god. I didn't buckle as crazy. Like this one, I just painted like only half of this. I'm just going to the end. And oh yeah, oh gosh. Like I would just, whoa, some leg magic. Like, can you see this? Oh my gosh. It really bends, and it's just, like, oh my god, the water is getting everywhere. Let me just grab a tissue paper real quick. God. Like, can you even see that? It's like I have no idea it could just do this. And I didn't tape it on purpose just to check that. And so this would be interesting. I'm taping this one now for sure. Like really. Just let me quickly attach it. Yeah, it's super bendy. Like the tape is mandatory when using this paper. And I don't know how it would be. Maybe this is why it's glued on this seam. Maybe it prevents bending, but I will just quickly take some. No, it's masking tape, and I don't want masking tape. I want my regular paper tape. And I don't like this bending because the water just went on the, you know what, I will let it dry and then attach it, because I don't want these droplets of water, just because the paper bent, the water just flowed down and it would just ruin the clean white seam I want to keep. So I will just wait so it will just dry, or just tape the edges first. Maybe this would be a good idea, because, well, physics, it doesn't go to edges that much. Okay, first one. This is too short. And God damn it, I haven't seen a thing like this either. Wait, I need to flatten this somehow. Just let me grab more paper towel. Oh, and do something like this, so I will not wreck the paper with my dirty hands, which aren't dirty, but you know, this is only something. Okay, I see that this was not a super great idea, maybe, because I see the paper kind of bulging here, so maybe I will just untape it and tape it again. God damn it, I have to. Unfortunately, I see that there will be some bulging now around close to the tape. You can see the shades here because of that. Hey! Thank you for the host! Aaaand, it bent horribly. And in the same way that Sam's did, I'm just taping it now cause I just can't do this with you know. Hi Joanna, welcome to the stream. You're not super late. We just started. Oh, poor you, Sam. Poor you. This can be cringy. I can't be in the same room when someone is looking at my old pictures, my old art, and just. So, Aaaand, what happened? I took one paper from this pad, laid it flat on this clipboard, didn't tape it, just to check how it will bend, and boy, it bent like crazy. Like, Sam wasn't exaggerating. I am not exaggerating. I wanted to do wet on wet. Okay, Joanna, hope you will just chill and charge your batteries here and see me fail at doing the simplest task of painting a galaxy. But I did galaxy earlier. It wasn't super colorful, but even I have this in this sketchbook. Just let me find it real quick. Where it is? I know it's from Inktober. Here. So yeah, I decided on some limited palette and just use teal, blue and black in this one. So yeah, so maybe it won't be as failing as. Yeah, I know Galaxy would be so, and I wanted to paint full Galaxy forever because it is such a nice decoration. hope that once I will live on my own, I will just frame it and just be happy. I will see how this one from this sketchbook will behave, because I vaguely remember some kind of bending there. Maybe not that much, but we will check. So yeah, so what happened, merchant, is I put water because I want to make a wet on wet, and I put paper, and I just see that this tape is not not exactly lined up with paper. Oh, this should be fixed now. So I wanted to do wet on wet, so I put the water with the brush, and I just noticed it when I went past the 1/3 mark, 1/3 of the height of the paper, and once I went past the half mark, it just like rolled both sides, like really. Sam wasn't crazy. I am not crazy for sure. This is just something strange because I use Canson paper on daily basis in this sketchbook with wet medium, with ink wash and watercolors, and I didn't notice that this much. But once I ripped the paper, laid it flat, and did some wet on wet, it just okay. I will just put another layer of water because that one already dried, and it would hopefully stretch it a little bit, and not because it's kind of bended once I tape it down, and I don't like it. I think I should tape it beforehand and then put wet on wet. But we will see. I want to salvage this one. If not, I just hope that doing a galaxy is quick enough so I won't waste my time here and just go into coloring a dragon, because why not? So yeah, I will just put some, maybe some I know I'm using a flat brush, but oh well. So maybe some dark green. Oh no, it froze again. I hope it will catch up. Okay, merchant, have fun with family. So now we will go with the yellow, which after years and years is stopped being super yellow. I don't know, it just looks like this on the palette. Strange thing. And a little bit here. Maybe I will let it do some mixing. I will just put some more droplets of water. I will see how it... I already see one thing. Because it bulged, because I taped it... because it bulged, there is like huge puddle of color here that flows there and doesn't want to stay. I will just need to disperse it a little bit. I don't know if you can see this, but there are two, like, three lines that are from sunken paper, and there is also one bulge here that makes the water just go down, like you know, in mountains. God damn it. Okay, I will like rage quit with this one, because oh my gosh, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and already it's dried. And some blue. I will just mix these two blue together, because one is more like sky blue and the other one is more indigo. Oh my gosh, those... No, it won't work, because it bulged before it dried completely, because it bulged like... Okay, I will just put the brush aside and just think a little bit. Because it bulged like that way, once I taped it down, thinking it was already dried, it just formed some sort of like other kind of bulging, like the one that I see when applying water medium to paper that it's not suited for water medium. And it just, oh my gosh, 3 pulls here, 2 there, and I can't do anything about it. So I will just rip this out of this pad, put a new sheet of paper and tape this before I apply water. We could wait till it dries, then flatten it, try again later. Yeah, I could, but I will just tape this out and just tape this down, tape this... God, I can't find my words today. I will tape this out of this pad, let it dry like somewhere there, and just grab the getting some lag. Yeah, I see the lag here also. I don't know why. Okay, so I will tape this. Then I will, once it's dry, I will just try to flatten it again. Like, oh my god, you can already see the water just, oh my god, it will just turn into the mud. Like, I will just grab this with this, and I will just show you how it looks like now. I don't know if it's just me being a noob, a total noob at watercolor or something, but it just, you can see the shades. They doesn't look, I see that horrible leg on this cam, but unfortunately there's not much I can do about this. I can try and refresh it once more, but yeah, let me just finish this sentence. And you can see that the water and paint accumulates in like these places. I will just try to put it on some angle you can see. Like, oh my god, this is bad. But guess what? If after drying and trying to flatten it, I don't know how I will flatten it. Maybe I will just stretch it more and then tape it and then flatten it with water and then check how this will turn out. If not, I will try flatten it with hot iron, and then I don't know, paint something with acrylics here, because I can't do this with this looking like this. So I just quickly slowly grab it and put it there, and refresh the camera real quick. I will just there will be some disconnection. I disconnected my phone from Wi-Fi now, and now connect it now. Yes, so I'm not happy now. I hope that when it won't work, I will just put some acrylics and be happy with doing something with acrylics or with tempera, whatever, with something opaque and okay. Let me just quickly okay, maybe it should be okay now. So yeah, let me grab another sheet of, I'm not gonna end it, and tape it now. Some let me know if the lag is gone. Just be sure to... I have so many notifications about dropped frames, I think. Oh my god. 30% of dropped frames? Oh gosh. I don't even know how to fix this. You know, I can deal with a little bit of paper warping. Just usually spraying the paper with fixative and then putting this between the sheets of paper towel and pressing this with a bunch of books will help a little bit. Not exactly, but it will help a little bit, and then just stamping tool in GIMP and it can be shown to the world. But here, when this is as much extreme bulging, there is nothing I can do post-production, and this sucks. I really hope it would flatten out. Seems okay, great. So yeah, I will just put some clean water and do this again. Yes, I will work a little bit faster this time. Hope that none of the bristles from my brush will fall off, and none of the dust will I will just look at this so I can see which parts I painted and which I didn't, and the angle. I don't know, should I wait? When taping, should I wait and then do watercolor? Because I see some bulging already. Oh god, I don't know how to tackle this, and there is luck again. You see? You see? You see this? Oh my god, today, no, once I upload this to YouTube, I will just put a serious warning about lag, because okay, so I don't know how to tackle this, because now there is a huge pool of water here, and oh my god, I feel that I will just use this paper like not for watercolors, which is just insane, because it's mixed media, and there is even a paintbrush and watercolors on the freaking cover. Like, oh my god. And I don't know, either the paper is a total crap, or I am a total noob at watercolors and preparing for watercolors. But I saw people just going, I don't know, but I feel that even if I will go like wet on dry on this one, it will just be the same. Paper and technology fighting me today, yeah. And I don't know how to tackle this, because it just like, I will just show you. It just, you see, there is a huge like bulge outwards, like here. Oh, maybe this way. Oh, and there's the water again. Great. Here, and there's a pool of water here, and it's just, oh gosh. And I wanted to chill and do some galaxy. And I guess I will do the galaxy, but with tempera or something other. Like, You can see on my face that the frustration is real. I'm thinking really hard because it doesn't seem to go down. It's like when I touch it, I feel that this was wet, but it's kind of dried already, and it doesn't come back to the shape like the paper after taping would. And it's just so... I will just move some water real quick from that pool. Like, oh my god. Like, I have such a crappy camera, but I took the brush and after I press it, it just, you can see the paper bending underneath. Oh my god. Like, you can see it definitely here. I'm doing shadows on the paper because it's bulging. Oh no. You know what really sucks? What sucks most is that Canson is like the only mixed media / watercolor, the most popular mixed media / watercolor paper brand here. Like, I've never seen any other brand in the stores I go to than Canson. And this just sucks because the artist that doesn't buy expensive paper online, and in Poland I don't know where you can find an rich artist here, especially if someone who considers art their hobby and not their job, and can't like I don't want to put so much money because I know this is something I do for myself and not as a job. And like, I see people like sculpting in polymer clay, and like they buy super expensive polymer clay, which is already pretty expensive here, and buy some fancy stuff, while I just go the cheapest way and buy some stuff for nail art because this is more accessible for me and looks the same, and I hope works the same way. Like, there are also some brushes that look like brushes, but their nips are silicone. They are bendy, but not as, bendy as a regular brush, so it would be used for sculpting. I wish you guys could have a Strathmore. Oh, I wish I had some choice. Like to have some more choice than between a no-name brand, which I don't know how it would behave, and Canson, which turns out to be crappy. And I'm super scared because I promised my grandmother to make a piece for one of her friends, because her friend's son is finishing law school and she wanted to give him something nice. And I said, yeah, I can do I have some nice paper. I can do like tan it, because I found this fitting in watercolor, like nice colors, nicely, like nice watercolor effect when with wet on wet and such, and now I don't know how I will go through this with this paper. Like, like most of the time, it's dried here, but not here in this pool right here. It's like a gutter. Oh, I found the word. It's like a gutter. It's bad. Okay, I will just take this and put this beside the first one. Oops, my head. And just do the regular way, because at least I know what I can expect here, kinda. So yeah, I will not do wet on wet here. So yeah. So let's do this. What I like to do is like do a light wash of black in places which will be desaturated or have like or be just darker. I will just put some clean water in the palette. I should really invest in some funds, find some syringe to make this easier. Good thing I can like, and I will just do some lighter wash here. And for example, let's start with the prints. I'm just quickly thinking about the colors, because I know I want the dragon to be green and hair to be kept in more like, no, I will just maybe make the chat a little bit smaller. So it would be, oh yeah, paper making has rage quit. Out of all things, it had to be paper. Like, I thought it would be some paint spillage or some other like extreme things, but no, it had to be paper. Okay, so for the princess I thought about keeping her in more like browns and dirty pink, like that way, like she's in this in the wild, like outside, like, you know, she was in the tower and now she's not, and she's just going from one abandoned kingdom to another and just staying here. So I will quickly apply. I already see that I took way too big brush for that. Okay, I don't notice any bleeding of the fine liner. I hope there won't be, because like I did the line art in probably in May, I tweeted it even, but I don't remember that well. But yeah, the line art had a really long time to dry, and the music had stopped. Great. Which... this one. Okay. And I think I want to have the light come from like behind the dragon, so this wing will be dark except from the some rim lights. I don't know, I like doing some rim lights lately. Okay, you can already see that it is bulging again. I will just quickly put a wash here. The point is, Sam, I didn't even had the chance to see how the layers are, how the excessive layering of paint makes the paper behave, because well, it was just impossible to work with. I thought about doing some like more saturated colors. But I like my grungy grays. I hope that you don't hear any noise in the background. Wait, I will just go mute for a second. Just my dad came here to grab something to drink, so I wanted to mute it. Okay, I see that I need some darker wash for the floor. Okay, but you can already see some that it is bulging, and it is bulging the same way as in your case. Like you had this way and it was, yeah, it's bulging the same way. So yeah, I guess I won't buy Canson ever again. Which is strange because I saw some YouTubers from Europe using Canson and it wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't even bad at all. Like, it behaved normal. It behaved normally and they didn't tape it or anything. And I'm just confused. So, what I thought about coloring is that I want to keep the kind of the RGB theme, if you know what I mean. Like, I want the dragon to be green with with yellow elements like horns and those other scales. I see some bleeding of paint, not of ink, of paint. Probably because I used too big brush. But even I will just do some checkup. Like, you see what happened here? Like, you see that in those gutters, the way the water like dried, you see where the gutters were, and here the water still haven't dried, and the paper is like, oh, I will show this in this cam. It's like it bent like the other way now, but it's still kinda wrinkly. It is not something what I would expect from a mixed media paper. It's 200 GSM, for God's sake. And here there is still this gutter, but this part looks flat. But I can say, as you can see from the shadows, that the that the paper made. This part is okay. It is flat, or at least it is as bendy as I can deal with. But the other like 75% is not. I will give this more time, and I will check this at the end of the stream. But here, and this is something from what I remember, because I usually, what I remember, I use this rubber band on the other side to keep the paper flat, and I removed it when I wanted to paint near it, like near the edge, and just this looks so I don't know, when I'm out of paint again, need to do some black wash again. paint some and lay something on background. So what I thought is to make the dragon green with some yellow elements, the princess pink with some, yeah, I know it's such a stereotypical color, but this is something what I want to go with it with, you know, she's now your typical princess. She befriended a dragon. She doesn't want to be rescued by any regular blonde-haired knight in shining armor. Like, you know, she's strong and independent and has a dragon. But yeah, this is something I like doing, to usually lay the blacks first and then the color. Of course, if I want the saturated color, I will just put some more black to accentuate the vines, and just here between his legs, and okay, I see some specks of paper, not so much, but this is something that is, well, understandable. It's like max 120 GSM. So it's no watercolor paper, and I just use it as a watercolor paper because this is my sketchbook and I want to have something nice colored. I think I learned watercolors to the point I can just color whatever I want. And just do some quickly, just go through head to do this rim lighting. Oh my god, it already looks like good. I'm already happier with this one. And I'm out of black again. And I just need some. And now I will go through the darkest spots. Like, I know this will be dark. And lately I just also learned how to do armor more properly. I will maybe quickly grab the watercolor paper because I have it quite well. I don't have this in pad anymore because I wanted to make a watercolor sketchbook out of it, so I ripped already all of the paper. But I remember it was 150, and it was dedicated to watercolors, like it said, watercolor paper. And for night I will go with like blue and gray and a little bit of brown because, you know, historical accuracy. And here I will make it darker. I will just make her hair also darker. But I really like this piece and I really like this concept. So I will just go through here, through the wing again. Just leave some parts for rim lighting. Same here. And some shadow from the wing. Oh, and some horns. I haven't done horns yet. Oh. And a little bit of dry brushing to give the texture, and some floor. Like I see the bleeding, but you know, this is something I can deal with it when doing watercolor. And because this is not a watercolor dedicated paper, and just a little bit of I'll just darken the boots and the cover for welcome back, Sam. Again, I need to mix more black. Okay, I will just put also some black here, some on the tower and on the bottom of the wall. Yay, thank you. I'm glad it looks somewhat normal. Let's put some darker spots here. Darken her hair again. And put more black on the side of rock closer to the camera. I don't know what the color of the sky will be. I was thinking about some very rich red purple that will make the dragon pop out. And it will also like justify the rim lighting, because it looks, the purple sky looks like it's already sunset. I forgot the word of sunset. Yay me. It would be lighter in value the closer we're to the left of the picture, which would make sense because like it's more lit from the left side. If it was like true rim lighting, that both sides of the dragon would be affected by it, and it's only one side, so it makes sense kinda. So yeah, I see that there is some paper fallout, so let me quickly grab that. Okay, I see that the brush is somewhat still kinda wet. So, okay, let's do this all over the wing. So it may seem like there is some texture. Preferably the intended one. Maybe I should just grab a dry brush for that. Oh yeah, why haven't I thought about this? Oh, The music stopped again? I don't know, there is lag probably from my side. And if it is, I'm sorry. Yeah, I need to make sure that I didn't like grab something what I think is paper fallout, but in reality is just like cracks I did with ink. And I see that the camera lagged again. Okay, Sam, thank you for coming. We'll also see you later. So yeah, I will let it dry now, and from now on use the rubber band to secure it, and don't let it like lag magic. Okay, and let it dry, and in the meantime I will just check on those. So yeah, not all paint dried yet, and it's even more, and it bended even more. If the camera, oh yeah, and it bended even more, like, can you see the amount of bend here? Oh my god, it has never happened to me. Oops, my head again. I will check this one. Okay, this one is a little bit better. Now it's like 40% flat and the rest is bendy, but I see that it's still kinda half dried. Oh god, this dry horribly slow, like So in the meantime, I think I will just entertain you with some more football talk. Haha. Thought you escaped it. Well, no. So, I need to quickly just... I prepared the whole folder of mascots of football championships through the year, and I think we can like look at them and like I will tell some things about them. So yeah, I see that I ordered them by year, and I will include both World Cup mascots and UEFA, which is European Championship mascots, because they are pretty similar and well, they serve the same purpose. So yeah, according to Wikipedia, because this is where I based my mascot knowledge on, this is the first mascot ever, and this is Willie the Lion from the 1966 World Cup in England, in United Kingdom. And well, it's super angular and looks super old, but hey, it's from 60s, so you know. And And it's a lion because it's apparently a national animal of United Kingdom, and like the royal family. So yeah, now we go to 1970, which is the Juanito for the World Cup in Mexico. And it looks like this. Like I don't know how to say, it's so plain, and why this kid is fat, I don't know. And well, it's not as racist as it will get later. Spoilers, it will get a little bit racist and uninspiring. Like really, some of these, like, you know what I noticed? That, well, this is kind of like, let me roast your OC. Because, well, what are mascots? They are like personifications or representations of a certain football event, you know? And some people had to come up with it, call it a mascot, put, you know, some copyright on it to sell merchandise and that. And this is the same what happens in regular OCs in art world. Like, you create OC, like in Hetalia, guy created personifications of countries, called them his OCs, and make a bunch of money out of it. And this is my OC, do not steal. So yeah, this is the Mexico 70 OC, Juanito, don't steal. What is next? Next I see, oh my god, these are horrible. I see them on thumbnails, and this is from the World Cup of 74 from West Germany. These are named Tip and Tap, and I can see them. Why I can see them? Oh, now I can see them. Look, they look horrible. Like this is the quality of European animation in the 70s. Like, no joke. Polish characters in animation, like in 70s and 80s, looked exactly the same. Like, no joke. So yeah, Weltmeisterschaft 74, which is just World Championships 74. Yeah. And next one is from 1978 and is Gauchito from Argentina World Cup. And it looks like this. So yeah, again, a boy wearing some national hat and national, you know, colors. Like, this is the jersey that Argentina team has to this day. Like, well, they played today, and I've seen this, and this looks the same, like, no joke. So yeah, next one, we go into the European Championships, because as you may or may not remember from my last stream, as I talk about it, the European Championship happened 2 years after the. So there is a 2-year gap between the European Championship and the World Cup, and 4-year gap between one World Cup and another World Cup. And the same with UEFA Championship. And it's the same thing like in Summer and Winter Olympics. Like Winter Olympics happen like 4 years apart from each other, but just 2 years apart from the Summer Olympics. So the same thing is in World Cup and European Championships. And I don't know if the football championships in other continents, like Copa America probably, and the Asian, the one that is held in Asia and in Africa, they probably all have their own mascots, but I am not sure about it. But it would be logical if they did. So this is the first mascot in European Championship. It was in Italy in the 1980, and it's a Pinocchio with a football. So and with a nose that is painted in national colors of Italy. So yeah, nothing else to say here, except they created their own version of Pinocchio because Disney will sue them if they did otherwise. So this one is from World Cup in Spain in '82, and its name is Naranjito. And guess what? I will just adjust the height, and guess what? It's a giant orange dressed in jersey. It's the stupidest mascot I've seen. Like, and it is kinda unsettling and scary because it looks like the German one, like quality wise. No, well, because it's 80s, and this is, like I said, this is the quality of hands drawn animation in 80s in Europe, and it looks just bad compared to what we have today, of course. Now it's 1984 and European Championship in France, and they have a rooster in a French jersey, and with those strange gloves for hands that every animated like every animated character has to have. And his name was Peno. I don't know what this means in French, I don't know French, but we go into something really interesting. This is the World Championship in Mexico again in 1986, and his name is Piqué. And I will just adjust and take a wild guess. What would it be? And it's a jalapeno pepper in sombrero. Yeah. And with mustache. Like, how much stereotypical you can get. Like, it even looks kinda creepy. Like, no. I would just... God damn it. 56% of dropped frames. Like, what is going on? Okay. So, this was Tike. And now, again, West Germany, but this time as host of UEFA, European Championship in '88. And this is a rabbit named Bernie. Yeah, no, the rabbit, the hare, the grey hare. So yeah, well, it's a rabbit, it's in Jersey, it's kicking a ball. What else do you expect from the mascot that is from a mascot from a football event like? But we go to the 90s, and 90s were like strange. We start with Italy in 1990 with its mascot named Ciao. And this is the strangest thing I've ever